Welcome to r/entitled people, where we share stories from your lives about people who think the rules don't apply to them and they should get what they want. Thank you, friends, for subscribing to the channel and for so many likes. And today we have 3 great stories, so subscribe, hit the like button, and let's begin. The first story: Hotel Drama, Strange Encounter at Dawn. The second story: when an insolent family wanted to screw everyone over but ended up getting banned. The third story: it felt amazing to watch them crash and burn. The first story is craziest mom in the world or scammer. As stated, this happened around 2 weeks ago, and I clocked into work with the expectation of a nice quiet Sunday night into Monday morning. No rooms to sell due to the sold-out weekend, all arrivals checked in, and fresh YouTube content to intake while doing basic cleaning here and there, while printing and organizing reports. Pretty much the perfect night. But perfection is boring, and perfect nights aren't what get people interested. At 4:55 a.m., I see a vehicle pull up to my front entrance and park on my sidewalk, much to my initial chagrin when 2 figures popped out from this vehicle. Before the larger of the 2 came in, I could hear her words shouted out before she got through the second set of doors into the lobby. Cast will be M for Standard Karen Mom, D for the approximately 7-year-old daughter, and OP for me. M: thank God, someone who's actually awake. OP: hello, yes indeed I am awake, how can I help you? M: okay, so I'm a special Melvin member, and I don't know if you know this, but there's no one working the desk across the street. Now, I've worked at a few different properties in my time, and I can say that I've worked at the hotel she mentioned initially. She even mentioned the door that would not shut properly, which has literally been an issue at the same property for close to 4 years now. OP: well, I'm sorry to hear that. It's possible that they were away from the desk helping others, or maybe even using the restroom. M: oh, I waited plenty long for someone to come out. I'm not saying you're not allowed to go to the bathroom, but this was just ridiculous. OP: in any case, how can I help you? M: well, we're on our way to Atlanta, Georgia, and the Melvin Inn that we arrived at 10 p.m. was just horrid. The sheets were dirty, the bathroom was hardly washed, we had no cable in our room. D: and there were scratches in the sheets too. M: yes, cat scratches and tears all in the sheets. We needed a refund for the stay, but the lady who was at their desk said I'd need to wait for a manager to get in there, or for me to just challenge the charge to my card, which I guess I'm just gonna have to do. D: why work a job you don't know how to do? M: I know, it just doesn't make sense. So instead of us spending the day up there later today, we decided to head to our destination, and I just cannot drive anymore. You need to sell me a room. Now, in case the thought hasn't struck your mind yet, this is now 5 a.m., and this vibrant story is being not only narrated but acted out rather lively by these 2 people. Sure, the daughter may just be an early riser and have more energy, but you're gonna tell me that someone drove from New Hampshire at around 10 p.m. with the hopes of them getting into a state that is 18 hours away, with presumably a severe lack of sleep? I couldn't tell if this woman was bad-sh insane at the thought of risking her and her daughter's life because of some inconvenience at a hotel, or there was something more going on. Slowly though, as they continued to put on their performance, I asked myself more questions. If you had a bad experience at that hotel, why not stay at another one nearby? Why make it a point to skip one entire part of your planned trip? Even more so, why did it seem like the daughter was flawlessly rebounding and doubling down on all the points her mother was bringing up? The amount of fishiness grew to harborside levels of stink, and I swiftly started pointing them in a direction far from here. Not barring the fact that I did technically have clean rooms I could have put them in, no way in hell was I letting people with this much aggro check in this early. Deciding to use the restroom before they left, the mother took her daughter into the bathroom with her, because the mother clearly needed help wiping her A. 2 minutes after, they come back out and almost seem to be dragging their feet with exiting. M: if I can't find another Melvin brand hotel soon, I'm just gonna end my membership with this company. Then I said the line that sealed their exit. OP: with all due respect, ma'am, brand loyalty is dying because every hotel brand has gotten worse over the past 2 years because of global events. You need someplace to stay so you don't put yourselves in danger. So really, you should just stay at the next hotel that will take you regardless of brand. And they left with the mother shaking her head in frustration. Organizing all that occurred in that short 10-minute period that felt like an hour dealing with them. I called the sister property that the mother had initially complained about to joke with the FDA over there about what kind of bullet they just dodged. We worked together previously, so we were already fairly acquainted, and have no problem being open with each other about our experiences. Best part? They had been at the desk for the past 2 hours, and had no one come up to it at all. No one showed up on the cameras. No cars went through the parking lot, nothing. So what do you think, reader? Craziest mom on earth? Scammer? Agent of the underground lizard man empire? Hopefully time never tells. Sounds like a scam given the story they told. No matter where you go in the US, you can probably find a hotel participating in a hotel rewards program about an hour away. My area has all the major hotel brands, and we're a small bedroom community with a highway and interstate running through it. The more convoluted the story, the less I believe the guest. But I did like your theory about agents of the underground lizard empire. It seems to me that Karens and all these entitled people are a bit out of this world. Their brazenness just exceeds the scale of the galaxy. Still, I think you really dodged a good bullet. Who knows what that lady and her kid are gonna do in your hotel? Maybe she'll open up a branch of her own to enslave humanity. Haha. Ultimately, this story serves as a reminder that life as a hotel receptionist is never boring. It's a world where customer service meets absurdity, and where the craziest situations can unfold in the early morning hours. Whether it's the craziest mom, a devious con artist, or a potential alien conspiracy, one thing is for sure: hotel clerks have seen it all, and are always ready for the next absurd chapter in the ongoing saga of the hotel business. The second story is struggling sushi server. Horrible couple returns and tries to walk out on the bill. So a few months ago, I, 18 female, had these regulars who would always come in and do one AYCE and one a la carte order. The woman, B, about 30 female, would order a happy hour wine and a 99-cent draft, but give the draft to her husband. A-hole, about 35 male. We have a policy where the 99-cent drafts are for AYCE patrons only, and if you were to do a la carte, it'd be $4 for a draft. Now, before their order was placed in, the man was already drinking the 99-cent draft, so I had assumed he was doing all you can eat. When A-hole ordered, he ordered a la carte items that were not applicable to AYCE. I explained politely that those items are only a la carte, and asked if he wanted to order them separate from the AYCE. A-hole then told me he was doing a la carte, and the B was the one purchasing the AYCE meal. I was confused at first, but then understood the situation going on. I explained to A-hole that the beer would be $4, since he's not doing AYCE, and that's when the B chimed in. B: we always get the 99-cent beer, and he never does all you can eat. Me: I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm not sure who's helped you out in the past, but it's our restaurant policy to only serve 99-cent beers to AYCE patrons. A-hole: okay, that's fine. B: F it, charge it then. Me: also shrimp tempura and sashimi are not included in the all-you-can-eat, and I see you wrote it in the special order box. Would you like to order it separate? B: oh my effing god, you're being so effing difficult. Me: excuse me, ma'am, I'm only doing what my job requires me to do. B: I wasn't effing talking to you. I then refused my services to her for the rest of her meal, and when it was time to pay, she loudly expressed her distaste for me to the cashier. B: I have a problem with my check because that little B decided to charge me an AYCE. Me: excuse me, is there a problem? B: yes, there is. You charged me an AYCE when he did a la carte. Me: you told me to charge it, so I did. B: you really effing think I'm going to pay $30 for a 99-cent beer? Me: I don't question what you want me to do, I just do as I'm told. B: it's really not cool that you're arguing with a customer. Me: it's not cool that you're cursing at me for doing my job. B: I never cursed at you. Me: so I'm being effing difficult never came out of your mouth? They left and haven't returned in months, until today. I recognized her from the moment she walked in, and her sunburnt face never acknowledged me when I welcomed them in and sat them at their table. I told the manager and the servers about the previous incident, and made sure they charged them accordingly. Of course, my coworker misunderstood what I said and charged them the happy hour 99-cent draft, when A-hole clearly did a la carte, and handed them the bill with the improper price. My coworker went to fix his mistake, and they seemed okay with the actual price. They laid the check down on the table and started gathering their things. My coworker and I went to the back kitchen. He was getting drinks for another table and I was refilling water pitchers. And when we came back, they were gone and their checkbook was empty. I ran out the door to see them getting into their car as they're putting their baby in the back, and my coworker asked them to pay their tab. A-hole claims they paid the tab, and they received their card back, but no manager or server was at the register to ring them up. The B hands the card over, and once we ran it, we waited for them to come inside to retrieve it. A-hole then tried to blame the mishap on my coworker after my manager tells him he's to never return to the restaurant. A-hole claimed that my coworker had given his card back to him when my coworker handed them their proper bill. In his words, "We don't want a bad reputation at a place we always go to." My manager asks him, "If you thought you had paid, why did you hand a card to be charged again, instead of showing your customer copy and proving you paid to begin with?" The a-hole, of course, got upset and left, still trying to blame the servers. Oh, what a delightful symphony of foolishness the horrible couple has composed for our entertainment. It's truly baffling when people believe they can outwit the entire universe with their shenanigans. Are they secret members of the League of Extraordinary Masterminds? Or perhaps they've just binge-watched too many episodes of Sneaky Criminals Sushi Edition. But oh, the sweet taste of justice. Witnessing these would-be culinary con artists get their just desserts is a treat beyond compare. The manager's decision to banish them from the restaurant is a stroke of brilliance, worthy of an applause encore. We should give him an honorary Master of Banhammer award. Let this be a lesson to all would-be troublemakers. You may think you're the cleverest cucumber in the sushi roll, but karma has a way of delivering its own special sauce. To the struggling sushi server and the manager, we raise our chopsticks in salute for serving up justice on a platter. The third story is effed around and found out. Not me, but my husband. Let's call him Tyler last year. Company in the auto part manufacturing business, German home office, hired him to work as an IT specialist on site. He would also be required occasionally to travel to another site a few states away to support them in closing operations. The IT guy there found a better opportunity, and since they were closing it down, they never hired a replacement. After a year of SHO operations to get the sites cleaned up and force vacation time, to prevent furloughs, and more than one plant manager quitting, a new project popped up that was not IT related, but would require IT support during some parts. The new plant manager via email advised that Tyler would be the project manager and lead the effort on this new project. The project had an initial 12-month startup and then would repeat every 3 to 5 weeks. Tyler advised that he'd gladly take on the project manager role as a project manager, at the industry standard project manager's salary since it was not IT related, or they could hire one/contract one for the initial 12 months and recontract one every 3 to 5 years. The plant manager reached out to Germany to get more details on the amount of extra time it would take for Tyler to manage this project, in addition to his current position. The plant manager advised Tyler that per Germany, the first 6 months would take up to 6 hours a week, and the last 6 months could be up to 16 hours a week. They felt he could offload some of his IT work for the last 6 months and still take it on. Together, Tyler and I calculated up the amount of time this project would require during the initial phase, 12 months, and then every 3 to 5 years after that. We then compared that cost to project manager's salary, and Tyler believed that a 10% bump was fair. Less than $10K, saving them well over $90K, the cost of hiring a project manager. He went back to the plant manager and advised he agreed he could do the work in addition to his IT position, but would need at least a 10% pay bump because the first 6 months he'd just have to work over, and every 3 to 5 years after that. The plant manager, deadface, told him no, and asked if he was refusing the additional duties assigned to him per his position outline. Tyler advised that his job duties as assigned related to IT were not being declined. He would support the IT portion of the project only, until they could come to a mutual agreement on project management and pay. Within the hour, they escorted him out of the building for refusing duties as assigned, an irreparable broken trust. Within 1 week, the plant was hit by malware that shut the whole operation down for weeks, and it's still not functioning well. 2 weeks later, Tyler landed a job making $15K more supporting one site. I wonder how that project is going though. This is what happens when a business manager decides not to pay a 10% raise for working 6 hours a week. If the project gets lost in malware again, they may remember Tyler and his irreparable broken trust. But who knows, maybe Tyler really did make the best choice by turning down such a wonderful offer. It looks like this will always be one of those stories that will have to be told at the company parties for good cheer, and to gloat a little over the stupid bosses. Thank you for your likes, comments, and subscriptions. I really appreciate it.